Django Unchained isn't a lighthearted comedy, don't get it twisted. But comedies often like flavors. Everybody has their own. Quentin Tarantino just managed to make this a nice dark comedy blend, like a black coffee with a turbo shot. The turbo shot being those moments of action. And the blackness. The comedy comes not just from the swears or slurs with historical context, but how Tarantino has certain moments happening with a more serious moment playing out on screen. For example, the opening does well with making you think this movie's just gonna be a serious story with ups and downs about a slave being given his freedom. And after the excellent cinematography has the white people in the audience come to terms with their guilt, watching these tired-ass slaves walking through the woods, cold and in chains with their back scars from the whippings seen in the daylight before, one of the Speck brothers says the first line of the movie that cements my thesis.
Who's that stumbling around in the dark? State your business or prepare to get winged.
Now, if you had seen this in the theaters when you first walked in, you'd be wondering if he was talking to you like he came in late or something. And mind you, this is taking place in 1858. That puts this about 41 years before Red Dead Redemption 2. Man, you're welcome for that fact. But you can start to see some of the comedy come out once the tone shifts from the Speck brothers getting tired of Schultz seeming to waste their time. And talking to Django like a normal person. Now yeah, when Schultz and Django speak, it's dead serious, but comedies are not all jokes. It comes from how the characters interact with the setting, and their attitude with said situation. Here, it's from how calm Schultz is despite the Speck brothers having the advantage with their rifles, and then how Schultz corrects the situation in a couple of seconds. When the Speck brothers prepared to shoot Schultz, he low-key warned them, then blew off his head and then his brother's horse's head. Oh, you don't know I'm Himothy. You must have me confused with they them.
You goddamn son of a bitch! You shot Roscoe and you killed Ace!
I only shot your brother once he threatened to shoot me. And I do believe I have 5 witnesses who can attest to that fact.
5 slave witnesses to shooting a white man in the face in 1858. Yeah, no jury was gonna listen to those ninjas. Schultz almost hung like a bratwurst if Blueberry didn't kill the other brother. But the comedy doesn't stop there, because Schultz just goes back to talking with Django, making sure his info's correct like he didn't just blast both the bigot and his brother's horse in the face.
Sold American!
And then there's the attention to detail, like the look on the slave's face when Schultz hands him his gun as he unlocks Django's chain. Same with the Speck brothers seeming to forget his horse's brains are gone. He could just make demands to Schultz and tell Django to stay away from his brother's body. And then Schultz still gave him the money for Django and the horse. And then he had the balls to ask for the fucking receipt. You goddamn right, you go to hell, dentist. Meanwhile, through all this, he's dressed like fucking Van Helsing. But then comes the best joke from the beginning alone that should have told us that Unchained was secretly a comedy when the Speck brothers said,
Blueberry, didn't I give you my last apple?
like he thought they were gonna actually help him into town. And we didn't see the abuse, but it was clear as the scars on their big backs walking to him, it wasn't gonna happen.